Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachah Kodash. We give double honors to my apostles at Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and a sincere shalom to the elect out there teaching this truth in all honesty and sincerity in these last days. Okay, this is a walk and talk, and I got a new phone, so I gotta be careful because I don't have a case for it yet. It's really humid and slippery out, so but hey, we're gonna go through these scriptures. I had something on my mind. What a lot of people don't understand is that these people of the world primarily, they don't understand that this book is really only for the Israelites, man. Okay? And no matter how much Christians like to tap dance around the issue and include everybody, it really is only for the Israelites, front to back. Okay, front to back. And they take advantage of people that are simple and don't know any better. That's why when you go to church for 10, 15, 20 years, you don't learn anything. Okay, because they throw out those words like Greek, Jew nor Greek, right? They throw out John 3:16, saying, look, you love the world. Okay? But the scriptures are deeper than that, man. This is the most mysterious book. Yet it's actually pretty simple. But at the heart of it, it is a very deep collection of books, biblios, okay? But we're going to start off with Galatians 3 and 28. This is one of the scriptures that Christians like to use. This whole chapter, they like to use this chapter to say that we don't have to follow the law. Okay? They use it to justify eating pork, shaving their face, so on and so forth. Right? Shaving their heads bald. And they also like to use this chapter, okay, to say that anybody can come in the faith without going into the background, okay? Because Christians only understand things on the surface level, and they don't even understand that. Okay, so this is Galatians 3 and 26. There is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in Yahushai. Okay? And and anybody who's using the name Jesus Christ and halfway through 2025, got something wrong with you, man. Okay, you got something wrong with you. There's even rogue groups of Christians that won't even acknowledge his name anymore, man. Just goes to show you how simple IUIC is. Okay? And if ye be Yahushai's, then are ye Abraham's seed, and heirs according to the promise. Now, we're going to get into that, okay? Because the promise and this big spiritual awakening that's going on is only for the Israelites. Okay? When you look at the things going on in the world, okay, who's matching up the prophecies? It ain't the who's matching up with the prophecies and linking it up with the prophecies. All right? It's the Israelites. Okay? These Christians don't understand what's going on. Those imposters over there in our land right now, There's a war going on between them. Okay? It's prophecy that when the Israelites return to their land, there ain't going to be war no more. Okay? That's when the kingdom of heaven is going to be established. And they were put there in 1948. Okay? They weren't just staying there for thousands of years. So, according to that logic that Christians and the Amalekites use, we've been in the kingdom since 1948. And if you look at what's going on in the world, it's been nothing but hell since they've been back in that land. All right? Now, who are the heirs according to the promise? Okay? Let's get this in Romans. Oops. It's like I gotta adjust this phone because it's got like an overlay. This is Romans 9:3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Yahushua from my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh. Okay? Who are Israelites. Okay? Because Paul was an Israelite out of the tribe of Benjamin. Okay? So when you read about how Paul went to all these went on all these different journeys to wake up the Gentiles, he was talking about Israelites who were following the customs of the heathen, primarily the Greeks. Okay, primarily the Greeks. When were under the Greek captivity, okay, we were forced to follow those customs. That's why when you look into the blue letter and you look into those words, the word Helen appears a lot for the word Greek. Okay, which are basically Israelites that were living like Greeks. But of course, over time, over generations and generations, they lost their heritage. Just like here in Babylon today, right? We kind of live like Americans, man. Even those of us in the truth, we kind of still have to somewhat live like Americans, man. Okay, and Babylonians. Okay? For I could wish that myself were cursed from Yahushua, from my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, okay, and the glory and the covenants. Okay, that's who's receiving the covenants. Think about Hebrews 8:8. Okay, the new covenant. It's for the Israelites. It ain't for the fucking heathen. Let's get there real quick. This is Hebrews 8:8. For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, and I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Okay? So it's not talking about including some fucking Greeks. Okay? Alright? It ain't about including no fucking Greeks, man. This is back in Romans 9:4. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the serve. Oh, hey, who received the law? right? Who received the law? This is Israelite 101 right here. This is Psalm 147 and 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. Okay? And Yahushua even said in Matthew 5 and 17, you know, he's not come to destroy the law, he's come to fulfill it. Okay? And we're not justified by the law, we're not saved by the law, we don't receive salvation through the law. But the scriptures say, shall we sin that mercy be abound? God forbid. Okay? He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation, even till now. Okay? You think the Lord's dealing with some fucking Chinese people? They eat fucking stir-fried bugs. Okay? They eat fucking centipedes and all kinds of creepy bugs and any kind of creature that you could think of in the sea. Ones that we've never fucking seen before. You know? The Lord ain't dealing with them. Okay? For you people who like to say that China is going to take over the world, China ain't taking over fucking shit, man. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. And that's why a lot of these Christians have a hard time understanding the judgments of the Lord. Because a lot of these Christians are fucking heathens. You know? I mean, just imagine if the Lord, or not the Lord, but these Christians say that, well, we can't, or the church, right? The overseers of the church, whether it's Catholic or Protestant or whatever, what if they say one day, oh, wait a minute, upon further examination, you can't eat pork no more. Everybody would leave the church, right? Everybody would leave it. Okay? Back in Romans 9. Before I go, Romans 9 and 4. Actually, give me 1 second, brothers. Pause this. Alright, so there was some nosy Edomites out there, man. Okay? Nosy Edomites. And they seem like the type of Edomites that would call the police on me for talking weird. So I had to go to a different area, man. Okay? Alright? But we're almost done with this. Romans 9 and 4, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of the Most High. Okay? And the promises, whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Yahushua came, who is over all. Okay? So, that's who got the promises. Alright, when we go back to Galatians, three, last verse. Galatians 3 and 29. And if ye be Yahushai's, and that's who it came for. It's open and shut in Romans 9. Then are ye Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. Okay? Man, okay. Let's look into this. Slacky. I can't remember where that scripture is. Anyways, let's get into a couple other scriptures. Okay? Let's get Ezekiel. 11 and 16. Okay, since these Christians want to talk about Jew nor Greek, right? Ezekiel 11 and 16. Therefore say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries. Okay? And this is why the scriptures say Jew nor Greek. This is why Paul was the apostle to the Gentiles. Alright? Although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. Okay? That's why the Lord is gathering his elect, okay? Because they're from all over the world. Israelites. Therefore say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where ye have been scattered. And does that not sound like the camps? Does that not sound like the camps? Okay? Ain't talk about no Christian churches, man. They don't have no understanding. And I will give you the land of Israel. Okay? And they shall come thither, and they shall take away all the detestable things thereof, and all the abominations thereof from thence. Now, is the 48ers doing that in the land of Israel right now? No, they're not. And I will give them one heart. And they don't have one heart either. And I will put a new spirit within you, and I will take the stony heart out of their flesh, and I will give them a heart of flesh. Okay? That they may walk in my statutes and keep my ordinances and do them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power. Not everybody's power, but theirs. Amos 3, right? So, but hey, you know, a small sanctuary are all these churches represent a small sanctuary? No. Okay? Revelation 7 and 4. I heard the number of them which were sealed. And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Of the tribe of well, hey, let's just look at the NLT on the right. Right? It's just listing 12,000 from every tribe. Nice and simple, man. Nice and simple. Okay? And this is who has the understanding. This is another cut to Christians. Because this proves that only Israelites have the understanding, man. Okay? Because these were the ones that have the understanding, the 144,000. This is Revelation 14 and 3. And they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne. And this is a new song. Christianity ain't no new song, man. It's thousands of years old. Right? It's nonsense. A bunch of fairy tales. Before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. Okay? These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. That's talking about philosophies for you simps out there. Okay? All these different denominations in Christianity. Okay? Those are defilements, man. They got all kinds of idolatry up in there. All kinds of idolatry. All kinds of wicked philosophies, man. Lack of order, so on and so forth. Okay, just look at all the shenanigans, all the bullshit that goes on in the church. You know? They have no understanding of what's right and what's wrong. And the scriptures say that the knowledge of the law is the knowledge of sin. Okay, they make up their own doctrines of what's considered right and wrong. And it's always based on what the world's viewpoint is, man. Which ultimately comes from these elites. Okay? And the Lord does not change, man. You know? Judgments are judgments, you know. The moral compass doesn't change, man. Okay? The only thing that he does is give mercy, man. You know, give you a little leeway when you go off. But what these churches teach are just ridiculous, man. They'll go downstairs in the basement and have pork inside the church, man. I mean, you know, you Christians, you like to say that it's okay to eat pork, but do you really got to bring it inside the church? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You can't eat something else. You can't eat chicken. It's cheap. Ain't no excuse. Okay, you even made up holidays like Easter where you eat a pork and you pray over it. You eat a fucking ham. Absolutely ridiculous, man. Okay? That's defilement right there, man. Christmas, Virgin Mary, praying to the saints. That's what Catholics do. They pray to the saints, you know. They follow the traditions of men. Okay? Make up their own traditions. But yet none of them ain't observing nothing in the high holy days. As far as the high holy days. Okay? You could go to a church and damn near and damn near every man in there will have a clean shaven face. They make sure to shave their face before they go to church. No understanding at all, man. Just ridiculous. Okay? Continuing on, then I'm going to wrap it up. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb. And who are the first fruits? The Israelites. Just ridiculous, man. Alright? But I believe I've proven the point. Alright? Okay. Slack, I had to figure something out with the app. So till next time, Shalom.